Este es un programa pagado. Los comentarios que se hagan en el mismo no representan necesariamente la opinión de JJ Publicidad y Entre Mujeres Radio.
Uy mga kababayan, kapuso at kapamilya, oras na para magsama-sama tayo para sa isang oras na kwentuhan na magbibigay ng aral at inspirasyon. Dito lang sa ating programang Buhay sa Amerika ni Rhia Luz.
Hola mga kababayan! Magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat at happy 128th anniversary celebration of Philippine Independence Day sa inyong lahat, sa lahat man po ng panig ng mundo, mula Arizona hanggang sa lahat ng panig ng mundo na ang 10 million Filipinos ay nandoroon. At pati na yung mga Pilipino na nasa Pilipinas nagdiriwang ng ating Philippine Independence Day. As sabi nga po ni Dr. Jose Rizal, the youth are the hope of our nation. And that's why today's topic is bringing the Filipino second generation Filipino-American second generation of Arizona here on the show. And our today's topic is how does growing up in America affect the cultural identity of the Filipino-Americans? It's a very intriguing topic and we have so much in store for you. But before that, I want to thank our sponsor who brought our show today. Thank you, Women's Federation for World Peace, Akay Hana Sushi and Grill, Chicago Hispanic Community for Peace, and Dr. Rhia Flores Tamayo, DDS, and of course, our new sponsor, the Bailon Group LLC, Rent Me Vacation Rentals, and the Best Care Home of Moon Valley. Thank you so much, Tess Bailon, for all the support, and the Bailon family for even bringing here we have one of the Bailon representative in our guest today. But before I introduce our guest, I wanted to introduce my co-host for today. This time, kasi last month ay inubo ako, kaya kailangan meron tayong backup na co-host. And I got, of course, my beautiful and smart daughter, Hannah. Hannah, say hello.
Hello.
And my other beautiful co-host, and I consider her like my niece, she is Miss Karen Esguerra.
Hey guys.
As you know, Karen has been very instrumental in helping us to get this show. Karen helped me with the Women's Federation for World Peace 25th anniversary celebration last year. And because of Karen's service with us at the Women's Federation for World Peace, we had a successful event, and now we have even the show. So thank you, Karen, for being with us here today. Please greet your mom.
Oh, hi Mom. Thanks for having me.
Karen is from Utah, originally from Utah. She is a full-time worker, community volunteer, and engineering. Plus, she is an engineering student and an outstanding Christian who lives for the sake of others. So, Karen and Hannah will be my co-host. And to introduce our guests for today, of course, I will start with the one next to me. A very handsome young man.
Oh, thank you.
And I was very excited to have him on the show when I learned that he is actually running for our political office here in the West McDowell Precinct as the Justice of the Peace of the West McDowell Precinct. Do not forget Mr. Vicente J. Reed. He is the son of Rosie Lugto Reed. He studied at Borgrade High School and Phoenix College. He is also a graduate of ASU and the business management from WP Carey.
Correct.
As well as he has his Juris Doctorate in 2014 and the CEO of Arizona Asian Chamber of Commerce, and he also started Phoenix Night Market. Let's welcome Mr. Vicente J. Reed.
Yes.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Buhay.
Oh.
It's an absolute pleasure, and I appreciate everything that you've been doing and everything that our community has been doing for a very long time. And I'm really here to help promote our community, and we decided to run to help inspire our generation and every generation that is to follow. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. And we hope that through the Buhay sa Amerika show, more of our kababayan can help and support our best candidate for the job. It's about time for a Filipino to represent us in the community, especially in politics. And next in line, another handsome gentleman right here. Mr. Brian Bailon is the son of Maria and Romeo Bailon. Outstanding family here in Arizona. And Brian is a graduate of Notre Dame Preparatory High School in Scottsdale. He graduated in ASU in business and work in the corporate world and work as a full-time ministry with college student. And now, an outstanding realtor in the Valley, and is the owner of Bailon Group LLC. Welcome to the show, Brian. Finally.
Thanks, Rhia, for having me.
And say hello to your mom.
Hi, Mom. Mom's out there in the crowd. So. And Nikki, too. My sister's here. So. Yeah.
Hi, Nikki and Tess. Thank you for being here and all your support. Yes. And next, papogi. Lahat sila pogi. Pero paganda ng paganda ang mga...
Pinaka-pogi.
Oo, ang pinaka-pogi. Paganda ng paganda.
Thank you.
And next, what I wanted to introduce is our very own Mr. Gerald Boholano. All of these are actually Arizona native. Amazing. I did not know that
Yes,
they're...
and we're all Sun Devils.
So, Arizona native from Sierra Vista. Gerald Boholano is a writer and a storyteller. Aside from that, he is the marketing manager at Blue Cross Blue Shield of Arizona, a video journalist of Balitang Amerika, ABS-CBN, and he is also an associate communication professor at University of Advancing Technology. And also, his mom is a Filipina named Miss Lourdes Boholano.
Yes.
So,
Mom, I hope you're awake right now and watching this.
we are so grateful to have you here, Brian. Gerald, we finally have you.
Yes, thank you so much for having us here. We really appreciate what you do, giving us a platform to tell our stories and for the
Yes.
Filipinos to have a voice. So thank you.
Thank you for taking the time. I know that you're very busy, especially Vicente on his campaign. Today is Vicente's campaign as well. Starts from here, and not only in his local community, but I asked you, every member of watching it today, please share our show and let them know that one of our kababayan is entering the politics. Let's help him to be elected, right?
Yes, thank
Yes.
you. Salamat po. Yep.
Yeah, so
Representation matters, right?
yes, and especially numbers.
Yep.
Numbers matters. That's the only reason. That's one reason why we Filipinos can bring the best, especially when we come to work together and unite as one. And I could not come in your day-to-day campaign, but we hope that through the show, please share Buhay sa Amerika, and especially this episode, so many more people can know our Vicente J. Reed. So I asked Hannah and Karen to be the one to throw questions to this wonderful guest. So
Really quickly, before we
Yes.
start the questions, we want to introduce the featured artists.
oh yes,
Right? We
We
have
will-
Megan Diependorf, and we
And
have
Miss-
Katara Belize.
yes, we will have them
Yes,
very
stay tuned
later
for them.
on.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. Thank you so much for reminding me.
Absolutely.
But I won't remember. I won't forget them because they really have a
yeah,
very
yeah.
wonderful talent that we wanted to showcase today. Thanks, Karen. And are you ready for your first question?
So to just generally talk about the topic, it stemmed from a English project that I did for class, focusing on, it was a research paper that I had to do, and I chose to choose do my topic as how growing up in America affects the cultural identity of Filipino Americans, because you're not growing up in the Philippines, you're growing up in America, and there's a lot of different like mix of cultures and everything. So I wanted to ask, like, how do you guys like how did you guys stay connected to your culture? Or like, how did your parents instill Filipino culture when you were growing up?
So let's ask first our Vicente, J. Reed.
Definitely. So I have probably a little different story. When we were really young, my mom actually, she's one of the first individuals here in Arizona to start an Asian Students Coalition, right? Back at Phoenix College in the early 90s. That was one of the very first of its kind. So we used to have cultural celebrations, we used to have parties, we used to have events all the time when we were growing up. Unfortunately, when my father left when we were very young, my mom had to work nonstop. So we lost a lot of the culture and a lot of the education until I came to high school. Once I was in high school, I met the Nagaran family and the Bulos family, and they really helped me to understand who I am as a Filipino American. And they showed me a lot more of that and brought me into the community. And ever since they brought me in, I've just been soaking up everything like a sponge for the past, I don't want to age myself, but about 15 years. So it's been good.
Well, thank you so much, Vicente. How about Brian?
Yeah, for me, similar to Vicente, my story has to do with my parents really being, first of all, I'm really grateful that they spoke Tagalog and a mixed English so that I would understand the language. Unfortunately, I don't speak it, which the good thing though is that I understand it. I could pick it up and learn it quickly, which I've had Filipino roommates who could speak, and with just a little bit of communication, we can pick it up. I can pick it up. So, so the language, going to parties, trying to involve me into these cultural events. Growing up, that was a lot, but I also found it hard, which we're probably going to talk about later. Found it hard to sort of be Filipino in an American culture.
Yeah.
Yep.
So for me, my parents came here in the 80s, and they didn't have a lot of money, so my dad joined the Army. And when he joined the Army, he moved my grandma here to the U.S. to take care of my sister and me. So I got a lot of Filipino culture and influence from my grandma, or my Lola. And she taught me how to cook adobo. She taught me how to sing karaoke. She even taught me how to do her nails. I would do her pedicure growing up.
How about tinikling?
Oh, tinikling, of course. I can't break dance, but I can tinikling.
Yes.
Like, I can out tinikling anybody. So I really owe it to my grandma staying connected with my Filipino culture and heritage. And we'd watch old Viva and Regal films growing up with Sharon Cuneta. And I didn't know what they were saying on the screen, but I knew like they looked like me, so I looked up to them. So I really owe it to my grandma to really connecting me with my Filipino culture.
I think that's, I like what you said, that because you see someone who look like you, that you can relate to them. And I think that's why it's very important to have someone influential in our community who look like us.
Yeah, so I grew up by the border in Sierra Vista. So I tried growing up and try to assimilate into the Hispanic culture because that's all I saw. So it was really my grandma that really made me proud to be Filipino.
Thank you, Gerald. Wonderful answers. Do you have any other questions?
Yes,
Karen?
absolutely. How does your Filipino culture impact how you see the world? Like how?
Yeah, I'll start.
Yeah, awesome.
I'm always happy to lead.
This is it. That's why he's our leader.
So for me, it's
Mr. Vicente Reed.
Yeah, for me, it's looking at my mother and everything that she's been able to accomplish. Just, I guess, to start is her backstory, right? So her mother left and abandoned their family when she was very young. Her father had to work in the mines. So she actually lived with her grandma on a farm in Zambales.
Zambales, yes.
And so she grew up really, really tough and had a really, really hard life, right? So for her, it was instilling into us this work ethic. And as Filipinos, we're hard workers. That's what we know how to do, right? So not only are we hard workers, but we're compassionate. Not only are we compassionate, hard workers, but no matter the obstacles that we have faced as people, we've been not only to overcome, but thrive, right? And be successful.
Amen.
So it makes me proud to be Filipino American because I know that blood is inside of me, right? So no matter the obstacles, no matter what's in front of me, I know I can always persevere, right?
With a smile.
Exactly. Exactly.
And overcome it with a smile. Thank you so much, Vicente, for that beautiful answers. And we are actually closing our first segment, and we will be right back for Brian and Gerald.
At magbabalik po ang Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Huwag kayong aalis!
Women's Federation for World Peace is an NGO in general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. We are women working together to establish a culture of heart in the family, community, nation, and world in order to achieve genuine and sustainable peace under God by empowering women with knowledge, skills, and supportive community to discover their unique value and bring lasting peace. For more information and to become a member, visit our website at wfwp.us today. Congratulations, Buhay Buhay sa Amerika!
Entre Mujeres Radio es una emisora online de JJ Publicidad.
Do you want to have a confident smile? Go to Dr. Rhia Luz DDS Incorporated, a family and cosmetic dentistry located at Palm Place Plaza at 14425 West McDowell Road, Suite F106 in Goodyear, Arizona. Call 623-341-3390 to make an appointment and go to their website at goodyeardentistry.com. Remember, a healthy teeth leads to a healthy lifestyle and a confident smile. Craving for some sushi? Go to Akaihana Sushi and Grill, located at 8041 North Black Canyon Highway, Suite 112 in Phoenix, Arizona. And there's also one in Goodyear. For reservation, call 602-864-9202.
Chicago Hispanic Community for Peace congratulates Buhay Buhay sa Amerika.
Es una organización sin ánimo de lucro fundada por John y Marina Acevedo con el fin de promover, preparar e impartir la bendición de la familia basados en principios universales, contribuyendo así con la disminución de problemas que destruyen la familia hoy en día. Visítenos. La solución a sus problemas puede estar a un paso.
Chicago Hispanic Community for Peace.org.
At muli pong nagbabalik ang Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika ni Rhia Luz.
Magandang umaga po. Muli pong nagbabalik ang ating Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika for our second segment of the show. And we are having the topic, how does growing up in America affect the cultural identity of the Filipino Americans? And we have amazing talents and guests that are here today. Earlier, we end up with two more to answer that question coming from Karen. So Karen, tell us again that question and we can ask Brian and Gerald to answer.
How does Filipino culture impact both how you see the world?
Thank you.
Yeah, so for me, and before the break, I was actually getting emotional because I think this is a very powerful question. Because a lot of the Filipino culture for me is filtered through my parents. My parents were the direct bridge for that. And so for me, and it's interesting that this is probably one of the first times I'm going to be saying this, but I'm so proud of my parents for the things that they passed down to me. I don't think I shared this enough, but the sacrifice, the character, the will to push forward, even in times where it seemed like it wasn't gonna, we didn't know what was gonna happen, very personal story, but they really pushed through and sort of passed those things on with their example. And I didn't actually fully realize that these things were built into me until recently, actually past few years. And I'm finding out, I'm so thankful for my parents, their example, and that they fought through. And a lot of that, I think, has to do with their background and who they were and how they grew up, and now what they represent to me and so many others.
And talking about your parents, I really applaud your mom and dad for raising a wonderful and inspiring young man, as well as I've known your mom, and she's like a bright light in every place in our community. Yeah, that's a
she's
true
an amazing woman. Yeah.
Great job, Tess, for raising a wonderful son. Yes. How about Gerald? I know you have also a beautiful story on this one.
Yeah, so growing up, I saw my parents work 2 jobs, both of them at times, and they did it to take care of my sister and me. So they really passed on the idea of working really hard, but also staying really positive. So I think that's really important. I always see any situation in a positive and from a big picture point of view. So I have them to thank for that. And I think the difference with them working multiple jobs and me doing multiple jobs even now is that they did it to feed us. I do it because it makes me happy and I can do it. So I do it because I want to give back, and I want to give back to my parents, and I want to give back to the community who got me to where I am today. So definitely being hardworking and being positive.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. And I think your parents must be crying, hearing this at this time.
I hope so.
So Hannah, do you have any other question to them?
What do you think was one of the most like either like hardest or like interesting or like key things of growing up in America that you found like interesting or hard? Because like growing up Filipino in America, as one of you said earlier.
Yeah, so I know we talked about this before the show. Growing up in Arizona, I actually faced a lot of racism, right? So growing up as a Filipino American,
much more.
When there's not a lot of individuals that are like you or family that's here, you kind of question where do you fit in, right? So with my American friends, I wasn't American, although I was born here, right?
Yes.
And it's this ideal of the perpetual foreigner that we always have with us. And then with my Filipino friends, sometimes I wasn't Filipino enough, right? So I get made fun of all the time for that. And I appreciate that I went through that because it toughened me up and gave me thick skin. And it came to a point when I was older that I realized it doesn't matter what other people think. I know who I am. I'm Filipino American, and that's all that has ever mattered to me.
Woohoo!
Right?
That's awesome.
So it's understanding that, and you know, maybe at first people would say mean things to me or say very racist things to me, but for me it's okay, so what? I'm gonna put my head down and I'm gonna continue moving forward. And eventually that's how you gain respect, is people see that they can't bring you down, that you just keep moving forward.
You are going to make a great leader.
Yes.
Thank
you are.
Thank you so much.
You have a thick skin and you have a soft heart.
Yes. A wonderful heart. So next, how about Brian?
Yeah, and similarly, I think the way to describe it, I think in general, from a lot of the stories I hear, is that you're essentially a survivor in a way. You know, for me, I grew up with a lot of jokes or cast on me and things like that. So it was very difficult to sort of have. I was born here in America, be an American, but also be Filipino, because it was sort of two cultures in one area, right? And at home, I knew the rules, right? I knew, what to, how the family worked, obey your parents and, these different things. But then when I went to school, it was different. All of a sudden I didn't know the rules. So what I would do is I would sort of shy away. And I would be quiet. And that's how I kind of was. I basically survived all the way through high school. College was where I just actually started to explore, who am I? 10 years later, I'm just now finding out.
And especially you're telling me you were in Scottsdale Prep High School.
Yes, I'll share that. So I went to Notre Dame Prep. It was like 98% white.
Yes.
So me being there with like all the non-white people knew each other, sort of like, we either knew about each other or we knew each other, but we were like, sort of in it together, but but yeah, that was very difficult because it was white affluent,
Yes.
And regardless of my socioeconomic background, the fact that I was not white was already a disadvantage. And so I found myself in that high school with a few friends, was a quiet kid. I remember freshman year I had a 3.9 GPA. Wow. And then after that, because of the tensions and the experience I had, I actually kind of dumbed myself down, and I was like 3.3, I just wanted to fit in and not be the smart Asian kid.
I like that you said had to dumb down, and you're still like 3.3 GPA. That's fantastic.
I still needed to get into college, but still thinking about my future. Anyway, long story short, though, it was that was the effect it had on me growing up. Was sort of I didn't feel I was free to be myself.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Brian, for that answer. Beautiful answer. And how about Gerald?
I think we all kind of share the same story for sure. I grew up.
Picked you for some reason. I did not know these stories.
Yeah, growing up, kids would call me coconut, brown on the outside, white on the inside, or they make fun of the way I talk because I spoke too feminine. So I grew up wanting not to be me. I wanted to be white. I wanted to be straight, and I was definitely none of those. But it wasn't until I went to college that I really started to gain confidence. And I think I gained confidence because I was starting to get a high level of self-respect for myself. I was surrounded by people who weren't afraid to be who they are. They knew what they wanted, and they just went for it. So I did the same, and it wasn't until I started living my truth and going for what I wanted and not what other people wanted of me that I started to become who I am and where I am today. So I think it's really important to live your vision of success of what you want and not what other people want, not what your parents want, not what your titas want, not what your Lola wants. And they might chismis about you, but that's their problem. So, yeah.
So at least you're happy. And
so happy.
You could see how you're more successful now that you are free doing what you want to do.
Yeah, and I think success is happiness. It's not a number in your bank account. Success is what you define because you know how far you've come along. So it's up to you to determine your own success. And I think everyone here at this table is successful because of that.
And I think all Filipinos here, if that is how we measure success, then all Filipinos are actually very successful.
So
just
successful.
Being here in America. Yeah. So do we have enough time for one more question?
Yeah, if willing.
So,
what part of Filipino culture do you like the most? Like, what do you like the most from what you grew up with?
There's so much. I'll start. I'll have two quick answers. One is definitely the karaoke.
Yes.
For sure. My dad wanted me to be a singer. So when I was like 8 or 10 years old, he put me in singing lessons. So I was in singing lessons for 2 years, and I would travel southern Arizona and sing at these retirement homes and like these Christmas parties. He would drive me everywhere. And I did that for 2 years because I hit puberty and my voice completely changed. But my dad wanted me to be a singer, so definitely the karaoke. And 2, my mom always taught me to ask for a discount. So when I'm at the store, she'll always be, ask for a discount, go ahead. I'm like, Mom, they're not going to give us a discount. And I swear, every time I ask for it, they will give me some kind of discount. So thank you, Mom.
How about Brian?
Yeah, for me, I think it's passion for the arts.
Yeah.
You know, and I think just being passionate in general. It's funny, growing up, I was forced, if you will, to do like Filipino, dances, like the maglalaktik, the coconuts. Yeah. And in grade school, I don't want any of my friends to find out I did this coconut dance, right? And so we go to practices, and I was with my friends growing up, right? And we would do it begrudgingly, like, oh, we have to do this again. We'd like meet at parties, like, oh, I don't want to do this. But then for me, when I would do it, I secretly loved it. I just didn't tell my friends, because I could dance, and I was like, where does this dancing come from? Because I didn't know I was a dancer.
Your mom is a great dancer.
Yeah, but I didn't know that I was, right? And so I would do it, I'd love it. And so, I don't know, like I'd get on the dance floor and I could just naturally dance. I don't consider myself a singer, but when I'm called to, I can pull one off. You know what I mean? So, I wouldn't sing now though, but just.
Well, we'll get you in the next one.
But I think just that, because I think it sort of transcends to being a passionate person. When I decide to do something, I go after it.
Yes. Mr. Vicente.
So I have superficial and existential answers, right? So superficial, obviously, it's the food, right?
Yes.
So I know no matter what, my mom would always cook, not only for like me or for you, but for an entire village of people, right? So we'd always have tons of food no matter what. And then kind of on the existential part of it, it's the compassion and love for everyone, right? Although sometimes my mom can be very, very blunt, I can still appreciate it because I know deep down inside she's saying those things because she cares.
Yes.
Right? And although sometimes, it hurts, it stings a little, the truth helps. And it helps us to grow a lot. And I can always appreciate that. And the fact that we're always welcoming people to our homes, right? We never turn anyone away.
That's true.
Whether it be for holidays, whether it be if someone needs a place to stay for a little bit, we always welcome them. And it's that love and compassion of the Filipino culture that I know makes us who we are.
Amen to that.
Yes,
and I think
that's awesome.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we found a group from these three. But next time we will have the tinikling and the maglalaki.
Yes,
Oh, wow.
and the singing.
And the singing. And we will be providing the food. It's a Filipino culture. But
I'll ask for a discount.
yes. So we will be right back after this for more beautiful storytelling. Javier, are we ready? See you later.
At magbabalik po ang Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Huwag kayong aalis!
Women's Federation for World Peace is an NGO in general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. We are women working together to establish a culture of heart in the family, community, nation, and world in order to achieve genuine and sustainable peace under God by empowering women with knowledge, skills, and supportive community to discover their unique value and bring lasting peace. For more information and to become a member, visit our website at wfwp.us today. Congratulations, Buhay Buhay sa Amerika!
Lo mejor de la radio en Internet. Entre Mujeres Radio.
Do you want to have a confident smile? Go to Dr. Rhia Flores Tamayo DDS Incorporated, a family and cosmetic dentistry located at Palm Place Plaza at 14425 West McDowell Road, Suite F106 in Goodyear, Arizona. Call 623-341-3390 to make an appointment and go to their website at goodyeardentistry.com. Remember, a healthy teeth leads to a healthy lifestyle and a confident smile. Craving for some sushi? Go to Akaihana Sushi and Grill, located at 8041 North Black Canyon Highway, Suite 112 in Phoenix, Arizona. And there's also one in Goodyear. For reservation, call 602-864-9202.
Chicago Hispanic Community for Peace congratulates Buhay Buhay sa Amerika.
Es una organización sin ánimo de lucro fundada por John y Marina Acevedo con el fin de promover, preparar e impartir la bendición de la familia basados en principios universales, contribuyendo así con la disminución de problemas que destruyen la familia hoy en día. Visítenos. La solución a sus problemas puede estar a un paso.
Chicago Hispanic Community for Peace.org.
At muli pong nagbabalik ang Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika ni Rhia Luz.
Hola mga kababayan, maraming salamat po sa inyong pakikinig at pagsuporta sa Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Sana po i-share ninyo ang ating Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika and like Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika page. And of course, we want to thank our sponsor for today's show, the Bailon Group LLC and Rent Me Vacation Rentals and the Best Care Home of Moon Valley by Miss Tess Bailon and the Bailon Group LLC. For more information, contact Brian Bailon and Tess Bailon. Do you have the can you read for me?
Yeah,
their,
just the
information.
For Brian Bailon is a licensed realtor in the state of
What was it?
Arizona. Buying and selling real estate can be challenging and complicated. Brian puts your real estate dreams and goals first and helps build a bridge between where we are today to where you want to go. He also believes in the building of a lifelong relationship between his clients, becoming like family. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, contact Brian Bailon at 602-410-0827 or visit bailongroup.com to get connected to him.
And Hannah, read the other. This one.
Oh, there's one more here. Oh. Best Care Home of Moon Valley Assisted Living Home is a state licensed establishment since 1996. Best Care Home of Moon Valley is family owned and operated by Tess Bailon, registered nurse, and Romy and Nikki Bailon. Their goal is to provide the utmost quality of care with compassion, respect, and dignity. Best Care Home of Moon Valley has 3 locations in the North Phoenix area on 7th Street and Thunderbird. Call Best Care Home of Moon Valley at 602-548-1082.
Thank you, Tess Bailon, for your support today. And that is how our Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika can keep on going. And so we can have more of these outstanding guests and performers on our show. So today is our turn to have our featured artist. Our next featured artist this is the time where we featured our talents in our community. And I first have Miss Katara Beliz, an 8-year-old Mexipina daughter of Gilberto and Joy Beliz. She attends Basis, Phoenix Primary, and a consistent honor. And she is currently learning Bandurria and Filipino language through the Abaca Foundation. And she loves all her subject, math, science, engineering, and drama class. And enjoyed her first musical stint in Abaca Foundation's last Christmas musical, Salty, the Christmas Calamity Show. And today, she'll be singing us a song, Yesterday's Dream. Let's welcome Katara Beliz.
The children of yesterday's dream. We are the promise of the future we bring, waving the banner of love to all, to every nation, the rich and the poor. We are the world of the restless and young, and we need a hand to guide us, helping each other, build each other, as long as we're together, you and me. For together we stand, divided we fall, together we climb to the top of the world. We can be what we want, for the world to see that we are the children of yesterday's dream. We have the yearning to do what is best, be someone special from all the rest. Nation and brothers in unity, building tomorrow for you and for me. We are the world of the restless and young, and we need a hand to guide us, helping each other, build each other, as long as we're together, you and me. For together we stand, divided we fall, together we climb to the top of the world. We can be what we want, for the world to see that we are the children of yesterday's dream. Together we stand, divided we fall, together we climb to the top of the world. We can be what we want, for the world to see that we are the children of yesterday's dream. We are the children of yesterday's dream.
Wow. That was a very perfect song for our topic today. Let me show the parents, the proud parents, Joy and Gilberto Beliz. Thank you for beautiful. Come on, Gilberto. Thank you for beautifully choosing that song, Katara. And yes, it is very much perfect for our today's topic, as well as this is yesterday's dream. You are your parents' yesterday's dream, and this is what we are as Filipinos here in America. Thank you so much for choosing that
Great
Yeah,
job.
great job. Joy is a teacher at Basis. She is a UP graduate, an engineering graduate from UP. So our Arizona students are very lucky to have you.
Yes.
Thank you, and thank you for coming, Gilbert. So for our next and our main performer for today's featured artist, of course, Miss Megan Davenport would be our next. Would you be on the? Thank you, Megan. Megan's dream is one of her goal is to one day tour the world with a band of her own. And I think we will be starting it today. This is will be a preview of what Megan's band and show in worldwide show in the future. We're very honored to have Megan grace us. She's an 18-year-old graduate from Shadow Ridge High School, a 4.3 GPA. And she's a current title holder of Miss Teen Philippines Arizona 2016, and she'll be attending NAU on a lumberjack scholarship to pursue a major in biomedical science and minor in criminology and criminal justice. In her free time, she played guitar and writes music, as well as she's a huge part of the Phoenix Asian American Lions Club and loves to spend time helping our community. We are very honored to have Miss Megan Dippendorf to be our featured artist. Let's welcome Megan Dippendorf.
Here, look here, what do we have? Another pretty thing ready for me to grab. A little does she know that I won't fall, she's gonna kiss at the end of the night. It is my behold and I love you so. That's what you'll say. And tell me, baby, baby, please don't go away. When I play, I never stay. To every guy that I meet, yeah, this is what I say. Run, run, run away, baby, before I put my spell on you. You better get away, darling, 'cause everything you heard is true. One little whore will end up alone, 'cause Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby. Woo! Well, let me think, oh, what should I do? So many eager young bunnies that I like to pursue. Ha! Now even though they're eating out the palm of my hand, there's only one caring and they're all gonna share it. I love you so, that's what you'll say. You tell me, baby, baby, please don't go away. When I play, I never stay. To every guy that I meet, yeah, this is what I say. Run away, baby, before I put my spell on you. You better get away, darling, 'cause everything you heard is true. One little whore will end up alone, 'cause Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby. See, I ain't tryna hurt you, baby. No, I just wanna work you, baby. Yeah, see, I ain't tryna hurt you, baby. No, yeah, I just wanna work you, baby. If you're scared, you better run. You better run. You better run. You better run. Run! Before I put my spell on you. You better get away, darling, 'cause everything you heard is true. One little whore will end up alone, 'cause Lord knows I'm a rolling stone. So you better run away, baby.
Wow. Now you know why she got 4.3 GPA. Please let's welcome the parents, the proud parents, Rose and Mike Dippendorf, to welcome us, to give us the chance to have our beautiful Megan Dippendorf here in our show. Please come closer. So Rose and Mike are also from the Lions, Phoenix Asian Lions Club. Yes. Thank you for bringing Megan to the show.
Oh, it's a
yes.
pleasure.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting her.
The moment I heard Megan sing, I already felt like, I hope I can get her one day. And we thank you. For them. For them. So Megan, thank you so much for being here on the show, and invite our audience for your next event or your next concert.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's been such a huge honor. And as far as I know, with the whole band stuff, we're still working on some things. But our goal is to have an EP out by at least the end of this year. So I'll be posting stuff on Facebook for the first time.
Yes.
I actually don't have any events coming up that I know of except today. You know, it is the gala night for the PIDC thing. So I will be there just ushering, you know, so catch me there.
Yes.
Yeah, but in August I leave for NAU, so I'm just preparing for that. I'm super excited for that.
We are very honored to have you, and we thank you for coming to our show, and we look forward for more.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And your next events and your next concert, just let us know.
Great job.
Yes, great job. So, didn't you like that? We will be back for more. See you soon.
At magbabalik po ang Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. Huwag kayong aalis!
Women's Federation for World Peace is an NGO in general consultative status with the Economic and Social Council of the United Nations. We are women working together to establish a culture of heart in the family, community, nation, and world in order to achieve genuine and sustainable peace under God by empowering women with knowledge, skills, and supportive community to discover their unique value and bring lasting peace. For more information and to become a member, visit our website at wfwp.us today. Congratulations, Buhay sa Amerika!
Estás escuchando Entre Mujeres Radio, lo mejor de la radio en Internet.
Do you want to have a confident smile? Go to Dr. Rhia Flores Tamayo DDS Incorporated, a family and cosmetic dentistry located at Palm Place Plaza at 14425 West McDowell Road, Suite F106 in Goodyear, Arizona. Call 623-341-3390 to make an appointment. Craving for some sushi? Go to Akaihana Sushi and Grill, located at 8041 North Black Canyon Highway, Suite 112 in Phoenix, Arizona. And there's also one in Goodyear. For reservation, call 602-864-9202.
Chicago Hispanic Community for Peace congratulates Buhay Buhay sa Amerika.
Es una organización sin ánimo de lucro fundada por John y Marina Acevedo con el fin de promover, preparar e impartir la bendición de la familia basados en principios universales, contribuyendo así con la disminución de problemas que destruyen la familia hoy en día. Visítenos, la solución a sus problemas puede estar a un paso.
Chicago Hispanic Community for Peace.org.
At muli pong nagbabalik ang Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika ni Rhia Luz.
Magandang umaga pong muli mga kababayan. Nasa last segment na po tayo ng Buhay-Buhay sa Amerika. And this time we want to thank of course our sponsor for today's show, Karen and Rahana. Could you please thank our audience, our sponsors for today's show?
Today's show is also sponsored by Rent Me Vacation Rentals and is owned by Brent Bailon and Jamie Jarurang. Rent Me opened in 2016, and their goal is to provide people more than just a place to sleep, but also an experience. If you are visiting Phoenix and are looking for a place to stay, short or long term, look no further. Check out any one of the 3 Rent Me properties at Rent Me VR. That's RentMeVR.com or call 602-349-7855.
And how about the Moon Valley?
I did that one.
Home Health. Thank you so much, Ms. Tess Bailon of the best home care of Moon Valley in Arizona. Look no further. Call Ms. Tess Bailon or Tess Bongan? Bailon. So at this time, we have covered so many questions earlier, but we have
one more question.
You have one more question, Hannah.
What advice would you give to the younger Filipino American generations?
I'll take this one first.
Take it away.
So, I think this is a very important question, I think, because, we're a bunch of 30-somethings. So the next generation is coming in the next 10, 15 years or sooner, or maybe already here. And so I think two things that come to mind. One is I think it's important to, one for the parents and one for the kids. So for the parents, to create an environment where it's okay to discuss issues and things that happen at school or at the playground or whatever, and to create that dialogue so they can discuss. Oh, hey, Dad or Mom, this happened to me. Some kid called me this name. What does this mean? Because what tends to happen without discussion is confusion. And then for me, in my case, it turned into shame. So it was sort of this. I have sort of two identities, American and Filipino, but how do I blend those two together? And navigating that as a kid is challenging without support. So that support for parents, encourage you to support your children in that. And then two, for kids, embrace it. Embrace both. It doesn't have to be one or the other, even though the world could tell you that, or your friends would tell you that. A lot of you'll go through a lot of things, but to still embrace and learn as much as you can. If your parents want you to dance, do the dances. Go to the parties and learn about the food, about all that kind of stuff. But also embrace the American culture as well. And I think you in the future could become a powerful vehicle for and an advocate for both.
That's right.
Cultures.
Thank you, Brian. How about Gerald?
I think it's really important for the generation coming up to just live your truth, be who you are, be proud of who you are, and know where you come from. I started to learn more about my parents' story and my family's story with just the past few years, and it's great to know how they got here and their struggles so that you appreciate it more. And if you do go to those Filipino parties that you mentioned, to take a to-go plate, because you'll have food for the rest of the week.
That's true. We always have that.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much that I'd love to write a book on it, but it's dream big, right? It's listen to God, talk to Him.
Amen.
It's understanding that sometimes you need to be that lighthouse for others, right?
Yes.
As minorities, because representation matters, and because we haven't had a lot of representation, we put up these invisible barriers in our heads, and we tell ourselves, well, there's no one that looks like me doing it. How can I possibly do it? No, break that down, right? Be that lighthouse in the dark when there is no light, right? Dream big, achieve greatness, be as amazing as you possibly can be, because you only have one life, right? Just because maybe you have to wake up a little earlier, or maybe you have to work a little harder, that's okay. Right? That's what makes you a success in life. Even if you're trying to reach the stars and you land on the moon, at least you got a lot further than you would have been if you didn't start dreaming in the first place.
Amen. That's why we need to vote for our next Justice of the Peace of West McDowell Precinct.
Correct, yep. Thank you
Vicente
so
J. Reed. He really, thank you for that beautiful answers. And I'm sure those things, if every of our Filipino second generation, second gen, will keep that in mind. It's a beautiful thing to remember and great advice. So at this time, we are almost show is almost over, but what do you think we can do together to help our Vicente J. Reed and each of you in our community?
Yeah, I mean, it's really quick. It's coming out and volunteering. It's telling your friends. It's spreading the word.
Tell us your
right?
website.
So you can actually find all the information on Facebook at Reed for JP, or you can go to my website, vicentereed.com. I'm always happy to listen, to talk, to see what we can do to help move the community forward. As CEO of the Asian Chamber of Commerce, we've been working on not only economic development, but cultural development in our great city as well. And that's important because that's how you stop things like gerrymandering, right? Economic development is important, but if we're losing our soul, our culture, you can't have it, right? That's why cultural development needs to always belong with economic development.
Amen. Yeah. How about Brian? Do you have anything we want, how we can help you, especially in your, the Bailon realty.
Yeah, I mean,
company.
I think already right now this is a huge part of it.
Yeah.
You know, and I think too, I'm very grateful to be part of the show.
Thank
So
you.
again, thank you for having me, and to connect like this.
Yes.
You know, with other Filipinos and Filipino Americans, to just talk about things like this, to have a connection. You know, I think for me, it's brought a lot of awareness to just the power that we can have when we're unified and we're
Yes.
connected. You know, because personally, to me, I'm not as connected as I wanted to be now. So I'm inspired to be here and to
Yeah.
you know to discuss and and if any way I could you know connect with you guys, it'd be great. So.
I think it'd be really helpful for me as a journalist for Balitang Amerika if any listeners out there has a story that they feel like needs to be shared. Please let me know. You can add me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter, or follow my Instagram. I'm always looking for new stories to kind of give a voice to the Filipino community because we deserve a voice, and there are so many great stories that need to be shared, and I definitely want to share that with everyone.
Oh, talking about that, maybe you can put the Buhay Buhay sa Amerika in your story.
Maybe. Absolutely. I'd love to. Yes.
But I
and thank you for having us here, really.
Thank you so much, Gerald, for being here. And it was just a dream that for us to meet, and we are so glad that you're here, right,
Yes.
in the show.
And I want to say thank you to Floor Magbanwa
Yes.
Mansour and Ryan Winkle for introducing me
That's
to
right.
you, or else I wouldn't be here. So thank you to them.
The first time I met Brian was
Gerald.
Gerald. He was doing an interview during Ryan Winkle's oath-taking ceremony.
It was my audition tape
Yes.
for BA.
It was me he was interviewing me at
You were
the
one
time.
of my first interviews.
Come full circle.
Look at
Full
that.
circle.
Yes, and I'm looking forward that one day, Gerald, you can be my next co-host.
I'd love to.
Yes.
It's been so fun.
Thank you. And I think God has really put the three of you together. I did not know that you have so much in common, as well as so much I know that you have so much to share, but all of you are from Arizona native, and it's almost same age and passion for our community, just as what Buhay Buhay sa Amerika is passionate about. We have so much things to share. With this few more minutes remaining, I wanted to talk about the upcoming events in our community. Especially today is the June 9 coronation and gala of the Philippine Independence Day tonight at Phoenix Marriott Hotel. July 28, the Kalipayan U.S. Tour Philippine Cultural Benefit Show at Goodyear. Contact Amabel Bongoyan and all the major sponsors. And of course, July 29, Ariel Rivera concert at La Princesa Reception Center in Phoenix. Get your tickets now. Contact Sharon Baisan. And of course, July 29, the Mujer a Mujer First Drive at Hacienda Real. Contact Nayel Vera and Irma Deal. And Parents' Day celebration in July. Contact Emil Rapada of Filipino International Community of America. And of course, our August 25, our first anniversary of Buhay Buhay sa Amerika is coming. And this will be our very first event with, I'm hoping the community will come join us and support Buhay Buhay sa Amerika to keep the show going. At that time, we will be honoring long-time married couples in our community, as well as Vamos Walk Run. Contact Doña Meli on August 6, and Chicago Hispanic Community for marriage recognition and gala in October 6. I'll be in Chicago at the time. So I wanted to thank each and every one of you, especially my co-host today, Karen and Hannah. Really beautiful co-host and outstanding questions that you throw to our panel of handsome guests and beautiful men and women who are here on this table. We are really honored to have each and every one of you to come, and I hope you can come again next time for more questions, as Hannah has thrown the question of why can't we have any cultural Filipino what is that,
Little
Hannah?
Manila type of areas, how like Koreans have like Koreatown and then Chinese people have like Chinatowns. But despite the fact that Filipinos are like the second largest like Asian immigrant group in America, there's no like Little Manila.
So
or
that's a
anything like
question for our next topic. And we will come back again. See you again on July 7 at same time. Maraming salamat po. God bless you and mabuhay!
This was Buhay sa Amerika. Join us again next time at entremujeresradio.net. Hanggang sa muli, mabuhay!
¿Te gustaría tener tu programa de radio? Desarrolla tu propio estilo bajo la asesoría y experiencia del equipo de profesionales de JJ Publicidad, con más de 27 años de experiencia. Entre Mujeres Radio, la plataforma de internet para lograr tu sueño de ser una conductora profesional. Contáctanos en www.entremujeresradio.net. Entre Mujeres Radio, radio que se ve.